have you ever competed yourself in any other tournaments? Or
Nah.
tried to, man?
just the Fortnite stuff, I think, was it. I was going to do a Pokemon Go tournament earlier this year just for a meme, for a little throwback meme. Because they've actually got like a competitive aspect to that now too.
How'd you be competitive in Pokemon Go?
Oh, because you can battle each other now.
Yeah, don't you guys play? I actually
Yeah.
unironically play.
I stopped playing, I think, about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle of the pandemic. Like, when the pandemic started, I was like, well, I can't go outside, so can't really play it.
Shit, the pandemic must have murdered Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. I wasn't playing back then.
They did something that allowed you to go to Pokestops without physically being there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Doesn't that remove the whole point of Pokemon Go?
Yeah, but no one could go outside.
Yeah.
So they had to do something. Like, the game just died.
But I remember when I was still playing it, they introduced like basically like a battle system where like you could pick like 3 Pokemon,
Right.
and then based on your what was the power scaling called in Pokemon Go again? It was like the points
CP?
or whatever. CP, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
What a
the
bad
worst
acronym.
name ever. Yeah, so it's like you take in 3 Pokemon and then your CP would actually just account, I think, for like the HP or something, and then you basically just like battle it out, see who gets
Tap
knocked
the
out.
screen.
Yeah, tap the
Right.
screen.
It's
do
not.
all that.
It has competitive things. It's like the VGC game. It's like
Right.
kind of random, but kind of skill. Like, this could work, or what moves are they running is like the biggest competitive depth to it. There's not much competitive depth to it at all, which is why I thought I could actually walk in there and maybe do something. But,
Yeah.
Like a fluke win.
yeah, I think you could, because you could just you just look up your kind of what the tier lists are online and just go with something like that.
That makes sense.
But no, I didn't manage to get that done. But no, not really involved in anything else outside of Fortnite. That's just been
You must have traveled quite a lot during like your Pokemon Go content phase then.
Yes. Yeah, we caught all the regionals.
Right.
Caught all the ones you had to go like America and Japan for.
Oh my god. Did you make content doing that? Being like, I'm going to go on a flight now to go and get a Pokemon Go from Japan.
100%. That's the whole. That's what's taking me.
Or
you
what
know?
was it? As like Farfetch'd you could only catch in Japan, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Which one was the European one? Was it Taurus or
Mr. Mime.
And
Yeah.
Kangaskhan was Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
of
were
course it was.
we were
Yeah.
Kangaskhan. Yeah, so did a bit of traveling there. Yeah, did all of them. Did Europe.
Fuck.
Must have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically just got a
Pokemon-
vacation, right?
Yeah.
Around the world in 80 days, funded by Pokemon Go. Right?
Well, it was actually even better because I think that one was like Gamescom. So it was like, and I was with the EA playing Battlefield. So it was like I was doing that and then doing this as well.
Right.
Because they're still running a second channel playing other games and
Okay.
stuff. But lots of traveling. And
How many countries did you end up hitting up purely for Pokemon Go? Can you even remember?
I can't honestly. It's got to be at least. It's got to be at least 6, I reckon.
Okay,
Because
okay.
America, Canada, Japan. I mean, do we count Australia? Not really. I'm already there. Germany, UK, and then there was some. I think Dubai as well.
What do you think of the UK?
Yeah, I actually really like the UK. Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. Is that my trash take?
That is a hot take.
Hey, I like the people there. The
What
weather.
are you talking about?
Okay.
If
If we're talking people ranking, I would say, and I think it's because
People rank. Let's rank.
Let's
rank
rank people.
people.
Okay, that's fine.
that's
People
why I
tier
go
list.
there.
Let's
right?
do this. Let's do this. People tier list.
So I feel like because like bless up the Queen, like Australia, Canada, and UK people like just gel the most.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I get on with everybody. Like I lived in Canada for like about a year. Everyone there super friendly,
Yeah,
super
very
nice.
chill.
Yeah.
UK feels like Sydney in some aspects.
Yeah, it feels like Sydney, but worse. Like more depressing.
Yes, so very grey.
Yes.
Like, that's what I would use. Like very,
It's Sydney if it was just perpetually shit weather.
yes.
You know,
That's what I
Yes.
like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It humbles you.
But like people there are great. I don't know. Like, and I, like obviously I collaborate a lot with the Sidemen,
Yeah, yeah.
and like they're always up to some crazy mad shit. Like they've been on a run for a long time, so it's
Yeah.
always good hanging out with those guys. And I honestly just have a lot of fun when I go to the UK. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, UK and Australia is very close culturally, I would say,
Yep.
especially like the people. And I'm just like, every time I meet an Australian and go to Australia, I was like, oh, this is what the UK could be like if we were happy. you know, so I'm like, to me, like British people are like a step, like if we're tiering the tier list, it's like British people step down from Australians because they're just less happy.
Okay,
you know?
but who's S tier in this?
who's S tier?
We S-tiering people.
Yeah, I think we are.
S tiering a nationality.
Oh god.
Yeah. Is that racist?
I'm white, so I can only do white countries.
Well, then amongst the white countries, what's S tier?
yeah.
I'm not-
It's like to me as a Southeast Asian, I'm like I've seen so much like similarities where hang out with like Latin America people. It's like Aussies, UK, New Zealand, Canada, they all gel well. I feel like Southeast Asian and Latin America people, it's just yeah. Also fits like a glove as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what else though.
Yeah.
What about your Japanese side? Who'd you get along the most with from your Japanese side?
Well, considering how xenophobic we are, we only really hang out with Japanese people. Because like everybody else is F tier, according to Japan. We are S tier, everybody else F tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've actually been to Japan, right?
Yeah. So I lived in. Now here's the thing. I think I was talking to you last night about. I say Osaka, but you say it.
I thought he said Osaka,
Yeah, I was like, I think it might have just been the accent the way I say it.
and I'm like, wait, you used to be where our old studio was in Saitama, and then Lachlan was like, what's Saitama?
I'm like, what is that?
I've completely misconstrued what you said. Yeah.
No, yeah. So I was in Osaka for.
It does sound like you're saying Osaka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Wait. So why Osaka?
So at the time, like the girl I was dating, she got a job out there, and I was like, I can do this anywhere. I can make content anywhere. And I love Japan. The few times I went for Pokemon, I was like, absolutely just loved it. So I was like, yeah, I can do this. So got one of those visas that allowed me to do like a working holiday for a year, and then just moved over, got an Airbnb, and off we go.
Hell yeah.
So set up a computer upstairs in this little concrete castle, and then off we go.
How was it recording YouTube videos in presumably a small Japanese apartment with neighbors and stuff? How was that?
Yeah, I didn't get any noise complaints.
You didn't?
I didn't. I like to think it was very soundproof, like concrete.
I don't know. It's
This is it though. You're right, because I was very conscious of that. I did not want to be that guy coming in just shouting, playing Fortnite at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was doing. I was doing the streaming thing at the time as well, so it was kind of just get hours in. But nah, man, that was so much fun. And then that got cut short because of COVID. I was like, I got to go back home. I got to.
So how long were you there for then?
I was only there for I think 2.5, 3 months.
Oh wow! You
But
already went there long.
Yeah, and I was meant to be there for a full year, and I got cut short. And now I can't get that visa again.
How's your experience in Japan?
I loved it, man. It was so much fun. Like just getting to like explore different towns, like every weekend, like even just running around Osaka and just finding all these new different places. And
I feel Osaka's great as well because like unlike people in Tokyo, I feel just like people in Osaka are just like a lot more like stranger friendly.
Yeah.
Well, like they're a lot more comfortable. I think like not just with foreigners, but just like with people they don't know.
Yeah.
And just like a lot more like open. Like if you go up to someone in Osaka and just like start chatting with them, more times than in Tokyo, they're just like, yeah, okay, I'll engage in this conversation, fucking have a bit of bant.
Yeah, a lot less English though. And for me, still don't really speak Japanese.
Did you end up picking up any Japanese at all?
Like
or?
just enough to get by, We ran Google Translate for the most, but like, your arigato,
I love hearing Australian accents.
arigato, sayonara, sumimasen.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Sumimasen is the thing you say the most.
Yes, it really is. It really is.
Say for goddamn everying.
Yeah,
I heard you had a favorite ramen joint as well.
Okay, so we were talking about this in the break.
Yeah.
We got this is the trash take, I guess, is that Ichiran is actually good.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yeah.
These guys are dude, people in Japan love it. They go crazy for it.
No, it's like the most mid ramen.
It's the most 5 out of 10 ramen.
It's good. Why do you think it's so popular in Japan? It's not just tourists. It's really, really popular
because Japanese people will fucking form a line on any mediocrity if it's sold well enough.
Wow,
They will. Like
It's
there's
good.
so many
It's
like
good. It's
there's
good.
so many places where it's like, why is there a line forming in front of this thing the common understanding is that it's kind of mid as hell. Like at our old office, right? We had a Burger King like right near our station.
Okay.
There was a line forming
they
at
did
the
line up for
fucking
the
Burger King because there was
Yeah.
a new burger that was coming out. And I'm like, what? will Japanese people just like line up for anything that's new?
Yeah. I remember seeing like several lines outside of McDonald's as well. Several
Yeah.
times. when we
I
lived
would
in
line up for
Saitama.
McDonald's.
I was gonna say I really liked Japanese McDonald's.
Japanese McDonald's is good.
Japanese
Yeah.
McDonald's is good, but it's not something I'd be like, boys,
I'm not-
I gotta drop
If I'm like,
everything. This is Michelin
beers in,
star.
I'm lining up for McDonald's.
There are very few things I would like line up for because I don't know, like maybe it's like when I've been getting older, but if I'm hungry, I just want food like now.
Yeah, I don't like lining up. Either.
Yeah, I don't like lining
Yeah.
up.
There's like, have you seen those TikToks? Whatever, they're like, this is the best onigiri place in Japan, and it's like a 2-hour line for
Yeah.
a fucking onigiri.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
That
Japan,
is
what is an
actually-
onigiri?
Oh, it's just
Rice
the
ball.
rice ball.
Rice ball.
Oh,
People will line up 2 hours just to get a fucking rice ball.
Yeah, like recently there's been this boom in Japan of like onigiri like specific like places.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they supposedly it's like, oh, it's a
There's-
different
it's full
type of
cat,
rice
dude.
ball. Like we
It's full cat.
specialize in rice balls. I'm like, how much can you change a rice ball?
It's
you
full
know?
cat. There's
Yeah.
no way it's good.
But like that's the thing is like I feel Japan is this has this common idea where it's like they see a line or they see a crowd and the first instinct is, oh, I should probably join in on it because it's probably something that A, I don't want to miss out on, or B, is something really good because it's like it must be good if there's a line in front of it.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
there's this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy of like, well, even the people are just lining up because the line is there. Like they're not actually thinking about, well, is it actually good, or if
Yeah.
is the product even worth lining up for? And I feel Ichiran is a big culprit in that because Ichiran and a lot of these like big chains do this thing where they just like make the outside look flashy as fuck.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, we have great ramen, just blasting it out into the stratosphere, and the Japanese people look at it and be like, well, that looks kind of sick.
Well, I
Start
think-
lining up, and then the line forms.
I think one of the things that Ichiran has done, you can just Google pictures of it.
Yeah.
Ramen places are traditionally very like dingy, very
Yeah.
kind of like
It
they're
definitely
they're
looks-
musky.
Yeah.
It's due to smell of smoke. It's not like the and when you walk in and you look white as fuck, it's just like they all just like
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there's a few things that Ichiran does well, especially if you're a tourist, which is why I think it's so popular. It's one, like it's so easy to order. There's no kind of like barrier to be like, oh, I'm going
But
to
that's
this.
also like made for Japanese people. They don't want to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, most ramen places they just have a little vending
tickets,
machine
yeah,
where you can
yeah.
get tickets,
Yeah.
and then you just give it to the dude. You're right.
But even like
great.
Yeah.
even like trying to figure out the ticket machine is kind of like daunting if you've never been to Japan before
Yeah.
or you don't know how it works.
The one thing that Ichiran did really really well was that like they're one of the best when it comes to like customizing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Your ramen?
That's it.
I always
That's
want
it.
to add like 10 more cloves of garlic, and Ichiran you can just add a fuck ton of garlic. And I'm so
like they
down.
give you that option, so that's like the big selling point of ramen.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just because the options for customizability is there doesn't mean it's good.
I love it. I think it tastes fucking bomb.
Yeah, I tried to hit it like at least once a week when I was in Japan.
I'm not
so
saying
many calories,
I'm
man.
not saying,
Dude,
shit.
I remember like I would finish a stream because 24 hours as well. At least one mine was 24 hours. I
Yeah.
don't know if yours
Yeah.
are. But it was like hit like a 4 or 5 hour stream. It was like, and it was winter too when I was there, like early in the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
ramen in winters.
Oh, 100%. And I was like, just banged like a 5 hour stream. It's 2 a.m. I'm going down Ichiran. And I get on my bike down Ichiran. And I think it was in a bit of a interesting place because there's a lot of guys in suits.
Oh, it's in
at two-
Shinjuku, right? It's pretty,
no, in
Well, it's in
Osaka.
Osaka.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
But it was like, I should probably not be here. I don't know. I was like, it was a bit sussy. Like, because it was in this
Yeah.
district where I think also like the strip clubs were as well.
Yeah.
And it was like just a lot of guys in suits, like on the, what are they? They were like on the corner of the intersection.
They're like the touts. They'll try and get you into places. And
Yeah, but it was just weird.
Well, also,
It's like-
I think I know the area you're talking about, and I guarantee the majority of those dudes in suits were probably Yakuza members.
hey, there we go. Yeah. And I'm just walking through, white guy on a bike, 2 a.m., going to get some Ichiran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it might be something going on here,
Yeah.
but like, I just...
But
Mine-
goddamn,
mine-
I want those 10 extra clovers.
Hey,
I want that extra garlic.
Go straight to Ichiran, get a great bowl, go home,
good.
bike home.
Okay, granted,
cheap.
I'm not saying Ichiran is bad.
Oh, backpedaling
but it's
now.
No, yeah.
It's not bad,
I'm
but
saying
it's
it's mid.
5 out of 10. It's the most mid ramen you
I mean,
can
like
have.
my equivalent of, I guess, going to Japan and going to like Ichiran for me would be like going to America and going to McDonald's. It's kind of like you go to a country where there's so much great choice of fucking burgers and fast food, and you choose McDonald's.
So in Japan, there's this kind of anomaly where like reviews of places are pretty consistently around the same score, but for ramen they're always lower, like consistently. Like a 4-star ramen place is quite uncommon on Google Maps, but they'll always be 4-star like other restaurants.
Right.
And so, and I realized, I'm like, yeah, because a lot of ramen places in Japan just fucking suck. Like sometimes they'll give you the chashu, the pork, and it's just the worst piece of meat I've ever had in my life. It's like gross, it's fatty, it doesn't taste of anything. And I'm like, dude, Ichiran never fucks this up.
Yeah, because they've been around for so long that they've like able to engineer it perfectly.
This is how chains come around. I'm
yeah,
realizing.
but like ramen shops in Japan are like some of the fastest.
Some of them are good. Some of them are good.
I like
some
the
of them are
fatty
bad.
chashu, though. I like the ones where
Yeah, but
they're like really
some
fatty.
some of them, man, I don't know what they've done to that pork. It's like they abused it before they killed it.
But ramen
So
shops
bad.
in general in Japan are like the most competitive scene in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Like a
The-
ramen
yeah.
shop could be there and then like a month later it'd be gone.
Well, it's because the margins are so low. Like you're selling
Absolutely.
a bowl of ramen for like, you can't sell a bowl of ramen for more than 1,200, 300, 1300 yen.
Yeah.
Because just no one does that.
No.
So
Yeah.
that doesn't give you a lot of time to make money.